All right, this is Deanna Marie, and welcome back here to the Clue Seat. And today we are going to be talking about being careful what you wish for. Okay, so let's get started. All right, we're going to be in 1 Samuel chapter 8. The verse of the day is going to be chapter 8, verse 5. Okay, so the title, Be Careful What You Wish For. What's going on here is at this point, Israel is in the promised land, right? And they're looking around at all the different nations that are there. Now, they were supposed to listen and kick everybody out. They didn't do that. They kind of intermingled, and now they're in this situation. Well, they're looking at everyone else, and they notice, well, every other nation here has a king. Why don't we have a king? Well, they didn't have a king because they didn't need a king. God was supposed to be their king. Okay, so they are pestering Samuel, like, give us a king, give us a king, give us a king. We want to be like everyone else. And, they get what they what they wish for, and it's Saul. And Saul ends up not being a very, very good king. And then God, of course, sends in David. David kind of cleans things up. But what does that mean for you? Okay. Some of you guys are, you need to be very careful. I always tell people, when you say a prayer, you should trust God that He knows what's best, because as a human being, you have a very limited vision of the situation. Okay, you can only see normally what's in front of you and things in a physical way. God knows everything. He knows everyone in the world. He can see things that you can't see. And so when you say a prayer, you shouldn't say like, I want this specific person to be my spouse. Okay, you should pray for a spouse, put it out there, and then trust that He's going to send you the right person, and then you'll recognize that person. But when you start dictating and trying to be God and tell Him you want this specific person or this specific thing, then you might end up in the situation that Israel found themselves in, because they just wanted to be like everyone else. They wanted the same exact thing. And some of you guys, like if you're praying for a career, that's the same thing. You have a very limited vision. You want God can see everything. He can see your hidden talents, your gifts, who needs them, the best spot for you, the place to make the most money, the place for you to be most lucrative, or He knows all of that, and you don't know everything. So that's why you should always pray and trust that He's going to give you what's best for you. Because sometimes us as human beings, we think that somebody or something is the best thing to solve the problem in our situation. And that's what Israel thought. This king's going to help us. We can't see God, so we don't know what He's doing. And we'd like to have somebody physically here so that we can see them and we'll feel protected. And everybody else is doing it this way. We want to do it like that. Be careful what you wish for, because sometimes that did not lead to Israel's protection. In fact, they end up getting their butts kicked by the Philistines under Saul's leadership. And the whole time, it's just the same nonsense. Okay, they didn't need a king. They needed to listen to what God was saying. God was going to send the right person. He's going to send you the right job. He's going to send you the right person. You have to release control and just ask in a prayer situation, but be open to receive what He wants to give you. Okay? Don't try to be God and say, well, this is how it needs to be done, because that was what they thought. That's how they thought that they were going to have protection, and that's how they thought that they were going to gain wealth, and that's how they wanted to be like everybody else. Stop trying to do that. Have a relationship with God, and then have Him send what He wants into your life, because He knows so much more than we know. He knows what's going to destroy you. Maybe you're praying for billions of dollars, and He can see that you can't handle billions, but you can handle millions. You just got to ask Him, because He knows best. These people made that big mistake, and Saul ended up taking money from them, and everything was being invested in some other stuff, and he was making idols of himself and doing all this other stuff because his heart wasn't right. So you may be looking at somebody and being like, I want to marry that person. I want that specific person. And God can say, their heart isn't right on the inside. It's not right. That person's not the right person for you. this person over here is the right person for you. And you may not even have a clue, an idea that that person even exists, because you've never met in the physical yet, or you're going to meet them through the internet, or whatever the deal is. Okay, that's why leave it open to God, because He knows everything. We don't know everything, and that's a big swallow your pride pill that you need to take sometimes, but it's the best way that's going to lead to you having peace, joy, prosperity, whatever that is going to be in your life. That's the best way to have peace in everything. And you should have peace in knowing that He will always make the right decision for you as soon as you release the control to Him. So be careful what you wish for, because Israel got it. And what you don't want to have happen is to have Him give you what you're praying for, because you keep pestering and He's like, well, you want it? Go ahead, take it. And then you have to go the long way around to get to David. Okay? So anyways, just Clusie advice as always. Take it or leave it. Like, share, subscribe, comment as always, and I will see you guys back here next time.